A 2-0 loss today, disappointing in the end, but that's the fine margins of football. What did you think of the game and your team's performance?
I thought that up until 60 minutes it was a really, really close game between two good teams. I thought we were edging it, but I thought in possession, they changed their shape second half because we're causing problems. We didn't create loads. We had 2 or 3 half chances. I don't think they created anything. I thought if anything, we looked like we could have gone out and won the game, and unfortunately we make a really, really, really bad defensive error, and that just deflated us. And to be fair, I thought they were good in terms of their game management, and then again the striker who's a good, very good player, and he caused us problems. We bring him down and there's no arguments about a penalty. It was 100% penalty, and then we end up losing the game 2-0. Listen, we've lost to a good team, but we've been on a real good run. But today's obviously disappointing, especially at 0-0 when you're thinking about going on and winning the game.
I just wanted to touch on a squad update as such. There's quite a few missing from the squad today. Obviously Callum, Danny, Jaden White,
yep.
And Reece has come off again like he did last week. Just wanted your thoughts on that.
Yeah, look, we're carrying a few injuries. Danny King's missed the game today because his boy last night ran into a mirror, so his boy's had an operation on his eye today, so Dan was been at hospital all night, so he couldn't, Dan would have played a big part today, so he was not there. The skipper, he's just got a tight hamstring, so we took him off as a precaution there. Callum did his calf last week, and he wasn't fit enough to play. I think Callum Rowe's got a problem with his knee. We know he's got a long-standing shoulder injury as well. So who else is that? Aram's had a problem with his groin, but he's able to play at the moment. So we just got a couple. Jaden White was just left out the squad. Obviously bringing Jack Concannon, who I thought did really well. It just meant that we were just a little bit. We had 2 over, and Daniel was obviously not available, and Jaden White was left out of the squad.
So just to touch on Jack Concannon, he looked bright today. Some really neat passes and touches. I guess, how does that sort of transfer come about? He's contracted at Ives Church. We've taken him on loan when he's one of their better players in the past 2 years. How does that move translate, and what do you think he can add to the team?
Look, I think that what we've done is, you look at today, we've probably played better today, certainly up to 60 minutes, than we probably have done for 3 or 4 games, in terms of we were a lot more fluid. We managed to get Jack into pockets. I think it's an area where we've really struggled over the last, 5 or 6 weeks. Whoever's been playing in that, it's a real, it's a specialist position, the 10, and I just don't think we've done well enough in that area. I don't think we've kept the ball well enough and been as creative as we would like. Look, the boys have been brilliant for us. Obviously, that's why we've been, top of the table. But we just wanted a little bit more. We wanted a bit more competition for places, in that area, and Jack was available, to go out on loan. He's fallen out of favour at Ives Church, and we jumped at the opportunity to bring him in.
Then moving on to Hales Owen next week, huge game, especially at their place. Plenty of familiar faces in both camps.
Yeah.
How do you see that game in what's likely to be a big crowd at the Grove?
Yeah, look, firstly, Hales Owen are a fantastic club. Really well supported. They've got a fantastic manager. Like you say, all the players know each other. But there's big pressure on Hales Owen, because when you attract, 1,500 regularly, and you have the big budget, and they've got a huge budget. They brought in 2 players this week that, we couldn't bring in, the finances that they pay, then they have to, I know the manager will play it down and say that it's their first season back in the league, but when you're spending the money that they're spending, and you've got the personnel and resources and the crowds, the expectation level's huge, and so they have to be in the playoffs, and I think we're about 14 points ahead of them. So next Saturday's a big game, but the pressure's on them. They're at home. We've got the best away record in the league, so we'll go there. a little bit wounded. I'm hoping that we bounce back in a positive way, because every time we've lost a game, we've always bounced back, and we'll go there really positive. We'll obviously patch the boys up, work hard Monday, work hard Thursday, see if we can bring, strengthen. Probably need to strengthen defensively. But yeah, it'll be. I'm sure our boys will really thrive at playing at a stadium, there with the crowd. But the pressure's on them. They've got to, they got beat today, so they're going to, be desperate to bounce back against us, and they need the points to really to get into that playoff zone where they feel that they should be.